tells me that often things happen to us so that better things can happen for us. I don't know if that makes sense. I guess another way to put it is, don't curse your difficulties, embrace them. They represent your chance to be more than you were. And the more we become, the wider the door opens to something better. Certainly happened to this couple, rising star number 7. They began July 7th, 2010. Richard and Sherry will like this part in particular. They're from Louisiana. They have a very interesting story that signifies that their journey in earning the right to be out here as a rising star is not always easy, but it's worth it. Help me welcome Jeanne and Gabe Oubre.
Thank y'all so much, Richard and Sherry. Thank y'all for continued leadership. To our sponsors, Laura and Kevin, Mike and Sarah, thank you guys so much. You changed our lives forever. To our team, this is a direct reflection of how hard y'all work over the past 4 years. We thank y'all so much. Y'all changed our lives, now it's our turn to change yours. Can you believe we're rising stars?
I can't believe it. It's quite surreal. And I guess it's a pretty fair statement to say that this is not the most comfortable feeling or confident feeling, but you know what? It's not about us. Every speaker that came up here today, it's not about them. It's about you guys. And it's about us getting a message to you guys that's going to make your journey easier. And that's all it's about. And so when we were asked to be rising stars, we knew we had to share 2 pivotal moments in our career with Advocare. And I'm going to let Gabe take you back about 4 years.
All right, guys, our journey started 4 years ago. For the first 18 months, we like to call it working without a purpose. See, we didn't have a purpose, so all we did was talk products. We put people on products, and we showed them how to get a discount, and then we were able to create a nice income. This is a third income for us, because Jeanne was a hairdresser, and I worked for a chemical plant. You know, financially we were comfortable, but what we didn't do, we didn't talk about the business opportunity, you know, because I was scared. I didn't know about direct sales. I didn't want to be that guy. I was scared what my friends would think, what my family was going to say. Oh, Gabe's in this pyramid thing, you know. But all of that was because we didn't have a purpose. We didn't know what we was fighting for.
That's right. So you hear purpose over and over and over again, and it's for a reason, you know. And the fact is that we were comfortable. So we didn't think that there was a purpose for Advocare in our life. However, when there's a purpose for something, it rises to the surface. And when that happens, we didn't even do it. Our kids did it. And it was a should have been normal day, but it was rare for us. And it was the fact that we were getting ready to sit down and have family dinner, and the looks on our children's faces were completely shocked, but yet very excited. This would change everything in our Advocare career. They looked at us and they asked, are we getting ready to have family dinner? And guys, that's when everything changed. Because at that moment, you know, we sat down for dinner, we couldn't even remember the last time that it had happened. And so, you know, we've always just worked hard. Our kids were in travel sports and competition cheer, and we wanted them to be in that. However, you know what? It takes money to do that, and we didn't want to put ourselves in debt. And so we worked harder. And so with doing that, we had that family dinner set to the side. So it's something so simple, but very, very significant.
You know, guys, at that moment, I was sitting there watching my kids set the table, and I can remember Gabby, my 7-year-old. She was talking about, we could play a game. What's the best part and what's the worst part about your day? We still play that game to this day. You know, and I started thinking about all the things I missed, because I work shift work, all the baseball games, the soccer games, the competition cheers, and holidays, and Christmas morning. When my kids called me when I was at work and said, "Daddy, would you please come home? It's just not the same without you here." You know, and I got disgusted with myself. I was so disgusted I didn't know what to do, but I thought, wait a minute, you've been doing Advocare for 18 months. Hello. Why don't you just do what Mike Farrell been telling you to do for all along? But you know, guys, during our 18 months, there's one thing we did right. We showed up to Success School. We didn't know why, but we wanted to come. We wanted to be a part of this. And I remember one thing from Success School is when Danny McDaniels was walking across this stage saying, give this business 2 years of honest effort. This is not a get-rich-quick program. This is a work program. What you put in is what you get out. And I took that to heart, and I was like, this is it for me. This is it. I remember calling Mike and said, man, get ready to do some phone calls. But, you know, guys, Mike Farrell, you're the man. You changed my life. But Mike told me this. Mike said, Gabe, if you want to succeed in this business, help people. You put other people's wants in front of yours, you will succeed. And I got this, and I'm all in. I'm all in. I remember turning around looking at Jeanne, and I asked her, why not us? Why not us? And she said, are you ready? Because this is the first time for us that we was on the same side of the business side of Advocare, on the same page.
And you know, we spoke about purpose, but you don't just need to have a purpose. I mean, it has to be clear and defined, and you have to know where you're going. Because trust me, people are going to try to knock you off the track. And you have to be stronger, and it has to be so strong that no matter if your family and your friends think you're crazy, or they don't believe in you, it doesn't matter, because you know what you're fighting for, and you know what you want. And so you know what? This is the thing. We don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know if your husband or your wife's going to lose your job. You don't know if your children are going to get sick. And this is something that has just actually happened in our life. And, we don't know what tomorrow holds, and that was true for us back in November. We had just gotten back from an amazing incentive trip through Italy with Advocare, and I felt like my hearing had declined. So I went to the doctor, a hearing specialist, and what I found out that day is not what a 37-year-old person ever would have thought she would have heard. But what I heard that day was that I needed not just one, but 2 hearing aids. And the news is hard, but it's a lot easier to take when you get a $6,400 bill and you don't have a worry, and it doesn't even cross your mind about how am I going to pay for this? And it's only because of Advocare has provided so well for our family that we didn't have to question whether I needed to get a cheaper version, or whether I needed to get a payment plan, or whether, or worse yet, I couldn't get it at all. Because to me, there is no more precious sound than hearing my babies giggle for the rest of my life.
Guys, I'm going to talk to you, all the husbands and moms out there. When I wrote that $6,400 check in November, this is the first time I had a taste of financial freedom. Because I knew in December my kids were going to have an extraordinary Christmas, and that surprise trip to Park City, Utah we had for New Year's Eve, that it wasn't going to hamper that. Guys, this is the opportunity you're sitting on. Financial freedom. For us, we just want to provide for our family and give them an extraordinary life. And that's what we do, that's what you're sitting on. So don't do what we did. Don't do what we did. Don't wait 18 months. Get with your sponsors and jump on it.
That's right. And so, you know what, when you go home, be real, be honest, be raw with everyone you share this with. There's things we've learned, and you know what? Facts, statistics, and ingredients do not move your business, but more importantly, people. But you know what does? Emotion, action, and commitment. And so when you go home tonight, share this. Be committed, be persistent, and be insistent on the opportunity that you have in the palm of your hands, because I promise you, it's the far greatest opportunity that you could ever imagine. It's entirely too good not to share. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.